box up, it's really easy for an opponent to come through. You can see Mitro and Wolfiez, two of the most... the surrounding islands now, as we're going to hop on board here with our qualifier number 2 winner, NRG's Benji Fishy, who's in a tough spot already at 25 HP, trying to go straight to a pistol medal, but gets taken down. Krejci is going to be on the other side of that. Shortly here, if Krejci is able to close this one out for his 3rd elimination, he's desperately seeking for it, but this player's doing a good job of fending him off, and that shot's going to back him off again. But Andalex, the FNCS Duos champ that Monster had talked about, goes down to Krejci for his 3rd elimination. He has now eliminated 10% of the players that has gone down, 3 of the 30 in his hands. But Noah Riley smells blood in the water like it's Shark Week, and he goes and he gets that one as well. He's going to end Krejci's run. He'll go down there with 4 early points, but Noah Riley is going to be the benefactor of all that loot now.
Almost a giant slayer there from Krejci. Benji and Andalex could have taken down Noah Riley. That would have been insane if he was able to do it. Going down too short, it still has got to give him confidence going in. I believe the first time we've seen him there in these round 3s as we swap over to Vashtoki, who's in a back-and-forth storm battle with Tayson, is going to get the elimination. Desperately needed to, because Zone was coming in, HP was looking low. With that elimination, it is...
Again, still looking for a pick. There's the launch pad going out, going to wait, try and catch up on the top of zone, and actually making a play for height right now. Good job boxing up on what currently looks like ultimate, but and he has plenty of materials to hold this, as well as the floppers to go late if he needs to, but you see everyone else beginning to rotate past him as the server catches up a little bit.
With 4 elims, he's looking really good. Launchpad going to be used again. He only had 2 in his inventory. We see a lot of big names going down. Snappy, Bad Sniper going down there to Mitro. He's, though, with a really good second rotation in his own. He's going to find a tarp, and that's going to be Nebby, who unfortunately did not have any luck today. Does go down. He wants to, you see that, wants to go for the loot. Didn't want to be too greedy for it. Wanted to make sure everything was clear. All the angles were good for him. And he picks up elimination number 5. He also picks up a crash pad as well. 105 builds at this stage of the game is really good for him. He's got, I would say, more than the entire lobby. His Mitro is going to fall. He's going to have to look for that crash pad rotation. That's where he's going for. We saw him do that before. That shotgun shot up above, but he's got to be careful. Player in his box up. He's going to take down Tinsel. A huge elimination in number 6.
Number 6, he also gets a crash pad, which he'll chain into another crash pad using that forward momentum. Nope, not quite going to get that. That was actually server replay catching up, but has the 4 floppers to end up hanging out in the back of zone. Now he's going to see if he can't recycle any of those floppers. Maybe look for a late high ground play. Still has 2 more floppers, but he's being harassed from the edge of zone. Finds the crash pad, looks for the charge shotgun shot. Not quite going to get it. Puts himself in the cone. Should probably find time to pop those minis as well, but just chilling. On the 88 effective HP, Kiriachi does finally go down to rifle it just outside the top 20. Deceptos picks up Thomas. HD X-Squeezer does get knocked down as Noah's Riley picks up Rafe's guard as well. That's AR Bothel picking him up there. Brilliantly done to take it. However, Jamside still up on the high ground. Kiko, AR Bothel below him. Hardfied running the low ground in a suite of players in between. Noah Riley and Deceptos being 2 names among them. Right now, Noah Riley continuing his explosive run onto the scene. Brilliant so far through all of the FNCSs. He struggled in the first week, 84th place, but then brought it back in qualifier number 2, and now he's just bringing it permanently. 5 eliminations so far. Found a 2nd there as well, with 2A also getting ticked over. So again, top 12, almost into the top 10, which is what you're looking for out of these players.
And just dominant performances weekend after weekend after weekend there from Noah Riley. I mean, at this point, I'm not expecting anything less. On the other hand, Jamside up above. We'll see how he ends up closing it out. We saw almost losing high ground there earlier, but was able to secure it. Kriox, though, a relatively unknown player to most of the European competitive scene, is doing well. 2 eliminations. He's getting almost into that top 10 threshold, which everybody's looking for. Rifla is going to fall there to a player. Jamside going to be contested there. Is going to get the elimination. Very good play there for him. I believe that's going to be Deceptos going down. Kriox on the backside, still just playing that zone. Still just rotating. Still just trying to keep his HP up. He does have floppers. He does have crash pads to make things crazy. He's got extra minis there as well in case he takes any damage. He has to recuperate it. AR Baffo up above as well. Jamside looking to get that elimination. Jamside is running out of mats. Only 14 with a nice clean shot there onto that player, taking him down. It's going to be Baffo going down. 5 eliminations here from Jamside. He's looking to close out on top. He's running out of mats. 7 builds remaining. It's going over these builds that are hardening every moment. With a nice drop down there. KS Wood gonna go down. Jamside with a nice shot again and again, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's got Kid Shockwave Launcher. He's trying to use it. Top 3 coming through. Last moments here. Nice shot there from Jamside, but he's not gonna be able to turn it around as Cryox is gonna pick up the elimination there. But a beautiful play from Jamside.
Trying to find a shot here, getting a little bit of a third-party action. 33 as well as a 49 headshot with the AR right into the box, and Samtosh going to be taken down. Good disengage from Tayson as well. Does take 90 damage there, but has the 4
net gain from it as we're now over to another big fight. Kizzy versus Rezon. Rezon, did very well, but boxed up there, and there's nowhere to go. Rezon is not looking like the same Rezon that he did in the last weekend's qualifiers. They want to be sitting about that 100, 150 range, and he's going to need to get some tags as we're back over to caddy corners. It doesn't look like the fight's just done.
Yeah, this is what happens when you're in caddy corner. Every player and their mother and their grandmother, probably their uncle, a long-lost cousin or two, wants to try and third-party this loot, catch you as you're rotating through. You can see 4 players now rotating through this area, but Tfue is the one they're looking to hunt. He has plenty of shields, though, in all the mythic loadouts. However, Big Shot ends up coming out down to 84 HP, looking to hold an angle with the mythic charge. Might opt to disengage, but he owns a lot of walls here, trying to find a cheeky little shot, but not quite going to get it. Now going to be forced to burn through some of those chug splashes. I don't know if I agree with burning exactly through all that and then going and taking the engage, but he's going to use 5 total, get himself back up to 164 effective HP. Tries to use the shockwave to get in, not quite going to get it. Counter crash pad comes through, but the counter crash pad is actually just a delivery system to give Tfue all the loot and another point there. Going to get some more chug splashes out and just continue himself on down as we hop on over here to Noah Riley,
who is getting beamed up there. Luckily, a third party did come in to save his HP just a little bit. Now, the mutual shield off has occurred. They're both popping minis. Could both go for the big shield, but Noah wants to secure a little bit more footing here, a little bit more real estate, trying to keep that pressure up. I think the other player just concerned. Ooh, the crash back coming in. Noah Riley is going to get a stare over the top, but that player going to go down. Nice trance there from Noah, but he's got to be careful on this diagonal again. Player just went for it, and he made the edit, but Kiko going to take advantage of that and get the elimination.
You can see Flick now also trying to make a rotation through. Teak still up in the lobby after his early exit last game. MCSX SqueeziER finds a great shot onto Snappy. He gets sent back to the lobby in a little 180 there. Gonna Flick take that down. Backup does have a launch pad, but no crash pads, which means it's going to be relatively exposed because the launch pad, you kind of need a little bit of resources on the backside if you're chased, because if you're not able to box up, it's really easy for an opponent to come through. You can see Mitro and Wolfiez, 2 of the most aggressive players in Europe, with 60% of their eliminations in the 3rd zone. And right as we talk about that, they face off against each other. Mitro going down there and also now, so trying to move himself up the leaderboard, but not going to be the huge explosive performance we saw him last week as Bafo picks up light, and we close in on top 35 as well. Tayson trying to find some picks on the low side. Steelix getting rifle as well, become legends. He will go down. Some white tags going on there, so Tayson knows this player is low. Going to be forced to burn utility, and he will get it. That is really good job making sure he's stuck with that one until he's able to get the elimination. However, because it was in Storm and he needed to rotate, no additional refresh going to come off it, so no materials or no chance to upgrade. You can see now Arion has the high ground, but a number of crash pads are going around to challenge. We're going to hop on board here with C1 Rusty L on the low ground.
Ooh, as he picks up an elimination onto Squeeze, who, again, I believe was in first coming into this game, but more than likely start to fall out of that as these players continue their dominance. Rezon making it an end game is going to fall there, unfortunately, as Rusty is trying to get some pressure on the backside, just like we saw Tayson do, but will not be able to capitalize on it. Got a player down below. He's taking some damage. He's going to go for the aggressive play. This player going to the box, and he waits for it perfectly. That's going to be an elimination on to save it. Who, making it to the end game, getting those placement points is looking good, but Rusty looking just a little bit better here. His build's looking so good, but they're running out. He's only got 4 builds remaining. That's not even enough for a full box.
No, he needs a pick, and he needs a pick now. You can see him edit out now, trying to work back over to the old boxes, and now it's time to play a little bit of rat race. What can you do? Where can you find a pick? As Tayson takes down Andalex, and we close in on top 15, another placement point. You can see Server catching up a little bit. Players trying to use whatever utility you can. And Tayson goes down there. Rusty ending the E11 players run at 16th. Stana picking up Nebby. Diablo trades over for kick name there. As now Rusty again looking for some space after he did get a couple of builds. Nice little edit there. Pops the window open. Says hello to Stana. That's not a nice little pie there. That's attack shotgun coming through the face. And Rusty doing a good job again with another clutch low ground run, Clay.
He is finding elimination after elimination that he needs. He's going to find another one here. This player was farming up. He's boxed him up. He could go in. There's a player right on the side. He doesn't see him. The RPG comes down. He takes a lot of damage. But he finds another elimination on the rotary. Rusty L is doing so well at finding these in-game impact eliminations. It is looking so good for him. Someone who may have been unknown to many, but after this weekend will not be unknown to everybody else. He is putting on a show for us here today. Needs to get into that top 5, play some points. Wants more eliminations as well. There it goes. In tech going down. Rusty looking for those low ground eliminations, which he's been so good at getting. Doesn't get a tag there, but will be able to continue moving forward as those eliminations they got earlier were so clutch in the mat department. Shots go through, but he is going to fall. Resguard going to take him down. I believe back-to-back elims there for Resguard. As Kira up on the high ground again, does have Kid Shockwave launcher in hand. Resguard, though, taking a lot of damage from Rocky. Can't able to do it. The 2 HP clutch not going to happen. And this goes to a heal off. Rocky's got it. He's in the box. Shots come through. And Zone going to tick him over. Rocky is going to be able to pick up the 2 elimination victory royale. Back up. Tfue, however, doesn't really have to worry about that because he's got the Kid Shockwave launcher. He can go down. He can go up. He can go down. He can go up. I think he's got 4 launch pads as well. This is a really good game for him. But again, the mats. He's going to have to find an elim. Hopefully one that he can capitalize on and grab the mats from. But right now, with where he's positioned on the backside of zone, he's just looking to get anybody out of the air and says, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and launch pad. I'm going to save my rockets for this 7th, 8th zone and not waste them. And no one's shooting at him.
No one's shooting at him because nobody's necessarily in the high ground position except for the player he's attempting to land on. We'll wait for the server to catch up as everyone uses all their builds and all of their utility to get there. And Tfue is actually going to be able to land behind Toby and pick him that one up right away. We talked about the 4 launch pads, and what is he using? He's actually just max height gliding and waiting out the rest of the lobby because they don't have that utility. So everyone else, as he's just gliding, hanging out at the top, they're burning through all of their builds, all of their crash pads, building up this huge mosaic monster on the side as Andalex picks up Felix. And Benji still up. It gets Edison next. It gets Arcanix, Refguard, gets Aya, and we're closing in on top 30.
Squeeze looking to get to that top 25, into that top 10. Is a crash pad going to be used here for him? He's looking in another shot on a player, but not going to be able to find anybody there. As Crown is going to go down. Squeeze is going to find S-Pin there as well. Another elimination in as well. It's going to be on to Saith and Matthew. Now 5 eliminations for Squeeze. We've seen him time and time and again be up and up and up in the amount of eliminations. And this is no stranger here, but he's going to run out of builds here soon, so he's going to have to make an impact frag come to him as Zone going back up the mountain, down to 14, 13 builds remaining. He's in a bad spot, and he's got to find something.
He needs to find something, but it's also top 25 here for him now. 5 builds left, but him and Tayson are the 2 players who are in the top 5 who are still left. And as I say that, Benji takes down Tayson just outside the top 20, so that's a huge impact elimination on him. And this is MCS X Squeezy RR's opportunity to rocket himself up the leaderboard, but Tfue says not so fast. I might be able to catch up as well. 41 and 33 points. Tfue is in the top right. X-Squeeze in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see Tfue is all the way up on the high ground while X-Squeeze is trying to run that mid-ground tarp. Big elim again for X-Squeeze as he's now into the top 10. Top 5 will be the next threshold everyone is looking for, but Tfue is completely uncontested with all of the launch pads while X-Squeeze is just running through everyone on the low ground. 12 eliminations between the 2 of them, and X-Squeeze being the leader at 7, which is almost the most we've seen. If he's able to convert this into it, he'll tie it with an 8th going through right now, trying to phase into the wall as Tfue continues to just rain shots from above, and we have our top 5, Clay.
And X-Squeeze is still here, Tfue. Back and forth, a battle. You see, X-Squeeze has the point threshold, 44. Tfue with 36. He's got the elimination as well. Squeeze now sitting on 8. Can he make it 9? He's dodging the Kid Shockwave launcher very well. He's going to play on top 120. He's going to take him out. X-Squeeze with 9 eliminations in a 1v1 versus Tfue. Who is going to come out on top? Will it be Tfue, who had a victory royale already, will be able to pick up another one. A harpoon being used to grab the Tfue, but Shockwave going to be sent into zone, and he's got to make some creative play. Harpoon being used, it's not enough as shots come through. Tfue got the HP advantage, but he's not in zone. Shots coming through as well. 42 HP. Who is it going to come down to? Tfue using the Shockwave. That's going to send him. He's going to get the elimination, and he takes down Avxry, the victory royale with 7 eliminations. And now on to our third place player coming through. Jasonr has to stay alive. He needs to get to endgame, and he needs to frag out spot, but he wants number 1. He wants to get it. And it looks like a trap is going to be set up. It's Martos. And of course, we've seen this time and time and again from Martos. The little Martos track comes through. He baits out the box, hides in the cone, and a nice shot there. 158. If Jasonr goes down, this would be a free ride for Tfue, and he does. Martos takes down Jasonr.
Jasonr is down, and right as that happened, Tfue also picked up another elimination. That was Wolfdog, aka Wolfies, second place in the Fortnite World Cup in the duos with his partner Rojo, trying to push forward through here right now. Has the legendary burst. AR is trying to close space again. However, gets pushed back a little bit, but shields for days. My lord, I don't know the last time I saw somebody carrying 5 big pots in their loadout.
And I'm not surprised that Wolfies has got 5 big pots in his inventory. What he's got to be careful about is he's taking that HP, or the white HP damage there, and he doesn't really have much to heal it up with. And Kenzo looking to put that pressure back onto him with that burst rifle. Wolfies is going to be an awkward spot. If Kenzo decides to keep the aggression up that Wolfies is putting back and the shots go through, Kenzo not just going to go out easy. He's going to put the pressure back onto Wolfies. He's not going to allow him into his box. If you want to fight me, you've got to fight me for this. The shots going through, they're exchanging. None of them hitting, though, as Kenzo is going to box Wolfies up there. Back and forth, and a big tag there. The 5 big pots may not matter anymore, as Kenzo is going to take him down. Wolfies just got too over-aggressive nearby as well. He's actually going back in, being a little greedy for the loot. Has to be careful about that. Teak on your screen as well. One of those players that we saw dominate the past couple weekends, but hasn't done much. And now on your screen is Kha'Zix. We're panning into him. He's being very aggressive when he doesn't need to be player in his box. He needs to convert this. He needs to get out of this or get the elimination, and he does decide to disengage. This is not where Kha'Zix wants to be. He wants to be on the offensive or nowhere near these players, but he's on the edge of zone. Everyone's going to start to spray him when they realize, hey, he's in wood builds. He's got 7 builds remaining. He's going to have to be a little bit of a loot goblin here, and this may not be what he wants to do. 43 players remaining. He's just outside of placement there for, I believe, that top 40 coming through before him, but no, he's in zone. This is not looking good for him all around. Teak is going to fall. He's in zone trying to heal. Players are shooting at him. He's going to get sprayed from above. 50 HP. He does have that flopper, but no big shields remaining. He does have time to pop the minis, but this is just really bad for Kha'Zix. He doesn't want to be here. Player on his wall. He's trying to get out. Crashman's going to come through. That player going to be in the box. It's just a mess of where everybody is. Going for the edit shots come through, and Kha'Zix is down.
He goes down outside of the top 40. Keats playing spoiler there. No more run for him. Who will be able to push up towards the top, or has it just all been sealed in from Tfue in the top 10, but unfortunately dropping down? Mitro will pick up Kinzel as well as we close in on top 30. Light, another player who potentially could have made that run, will fall to X-Camo. So this is going to be mostly about who's able to seal their qualification in here and potentially a miracle run at the end, though it doesn't look like we're going to get it. And MCES X Squeeze should be likely our Qualifier 3 champion, but now on board here with Irabafo.
And he's in a decent spot. His second height, though, is looking to take it here. And now all the way back down to a little bit of, a sticky situation there, able to get out. We see Refsguard going to get eliminated there. Bafo making their way through. Avesta Kira, who's got that kit shockwave launcher in his inventory, only has 2 shockwaves left, so he's looking to go up the high ground again. Passive we saw was sitting around, I think, 30, the mid to the high 30s there, so he could make the run as well. It could be very, very close. He's going to need a miracle play. Kira is going to take the high ground for now, but builds remaining are concerning for a little bit as he's trying to look for any elimination that he can, and any use of that shockwave launcher if it's able to get him an easy elimination. The nice beam there up above, that's going to be Flick going down there to fall damages. Kiko going to go down as well, but a lot of players still in this that could contest for that top spot. We saw Resi still in this game as well, has yet to go down. Right there in your screen, you see Thomas HD as well. And for a lot of these players, it's just about staying alive to get as many placement and as many elims as I can so that I can get into that top 50. Is passive now on your screen. in a very, very good spot. So my apologies, was not right where I thought he was at 16. So he needs an amazing game just to qualify.
Yeah, passive, doing everything he can with that glider grab, no gun. Thomas HD going down. We have our top 15. Another round of placement points ticking over as Noah Riley just on the outside looking in. Bad Sniper picks up Camu. Martaz picks up Cabo. Stana goes down to the Storm. One more to fall, and we'll have our top 10. No miracle runs coming through today. It's all going to be about the final qualification, who can seal away the top 50 and who's able to get the bragging rights of a nice little victory royale on EU. We have Avxry on the top right, Cypher passive in your bottom right, who's strung together a nice little string of elims to push himself into the top 5 here. 4 for him, but Avxry has control. As you see, Martaz going to fall, and we have our top 4 now.
And that's just what passive needed. He needed an amazing game to get those points up there, because he was on the cusp of not qualifying, and this would be amazing if he was able to pick up the dub and qualify, as Pickus is unfortunately going to fall there to Kira, as the Jules glider going to be used to take high ground there. Kira needs to get that shockwave launcher reloaded, and he does, but he's going out into zone a little bit too far in. He doesn't have any floppers to regain that HP, but only 3 ticks taken, as passive is taking the high ground there. Podesai on the low ground, looking to just try to stay in zone for as long as he can. A shockwave launcher going to be used. Passive going to block over the top, is not going to get shockwaved in his zone. He does have the grapple gun, so he can use it to drop on down. Shots coming through. Kira gonna get actually eliminated there by Podesai to fall damage. This is Passive's game to win. Shots coming through. He's got the shotgun out. He's doing a lot of damage. The shockwave was used, but Passive gonna come out on top with a 6 elimination victory royale.
Guys, we gotta check the standings. Not only were the 2 players, Tfue and our boy Squeezy, going head to head, we gotta remember, heading into this game, Squeezy was ahead by 2 points. Tfue was behind him by 2 points. Immediately, Squeezy was eliminated 89th, and Tfue held on. He picked up 2 eliminations and placed 68th to get himself the 3 points to move him into that number 1 spot.